The Monster of Palapala Mountain, written by Lai Ma. The Monster of Palapala Mountain. Booba, the white pig, tumbled down the mountain and rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled into Sugar Plum Village. Monster was the only word he could say before passing out. The villagers took him straight away to the hospital. It took Booba a while to come to. Of course, the two bumps on his head hurt terribly, but not enough to distract him from the pain of his broken leg. Everybody came to see him. The old village head asked Booba nervously, "What on earth happened?" "There was a monster," Booba replied in a small voice. "I was returning from a village on the other side of Palapala Mountain, and it was getting dark, so I took a shortcut that goes through the forest. But I got lost." I walked toward what looked like a wall of rock, wondering what to do next. Then I saw a light and heard some noise. I went closer to take a look. A monster jumped out at me. It was as tall as 10 people and as dark as coal. It had sharp thorns all over its body and eyes gleaming with green light. The long claws pawing the air looked as sharp as the fangs sticking out from its mouth. I ran as fast as I could, but I heard it coming after me. Booba pointed to his torn pants. "Look, I almost became the monster's pork-colic dinner." The news of the monster of Palapala Mountain spread quickly throughout Sugar Plum Village. How terrible it would be if that monster ever came down the mountain, the villagers thought. They discussed ways to protect themselves. Yet accidents kept happening. "The monster must have laid a curse on us," said the old village head. That must be it." children worried that the monster would come for them. Their parents would say things like, "If you don't go to bed now, the monster of Palapala Mountain will get you. If you bother your sister, the monster of Palapala will bother you." Noisy boys become monster toys. The monster of Palapala always picks the child who is a picky eater. One more trick and we'll be sent up the mountain. Get to your homework or the monster will gobble you up. Just as Sugar Plum Village was becoming a terrible mess, two porcupines walked into the village and asked where Booba was. When the old village head heard that they had just come down from Palapala Mountain, he rushed over and said, "There's a monster out there. How did you get away?" "Monster? Never saw a monster," said one porcupine. "We only saw a white pig screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs." "That's right," continued the other. "We were lighting a fire when we heard something coming, but it was just this pig. And the minute he came closer, he gave a huge screech and ran away squealing. He dropped his bag. We tried to follow him to give it back, but we couldn't keep up." So we decided that as soon as we got some free time, we'd come down the mountain to find him and give him back his bag. When they realized what happened, the villagers were dumbfounded. It says, Booba lives in Sugar Plum Village. That night, the monster of Palapala Mountain appeared again. This time, however, no one in Sugar Plum Village was scared. Of course, accidents did continue to happen, especially when someone panicked. The end.